Alright guys, what's going on? So we've got the 5th war of season 27 here, and 4Loki is on a losing streak, so our war rating is low, and we we matched a Platinum 3 alliance here. So looking around, you know, their rosters were, like, they still placed like a lot of rank 3s, they still had a lot of the placements you would normally see. The exception here is that they set us up with a lot of Corvus charges in Section 1. And if you are planning, say I even checked the global here to see, like, to make sure that they placed with high ground. If you're planning a defense, or if you're setting up defense, especially without Protect, you do not want to put Corvus charges in Section 1 because it makes it way too, especially, I think they placed 4 total, but I think one person could get 3 and one person could get 2 or something. It was pretty crazy. So you don't want to do that if you can help it, and you can help it. So just ideally you don't want to do that because Corvus can just walk through most of these lanes the way that they're set up. So but again, most of their placements are the quote-unquote like right placements, you know, with the exception of those Corvus charges. So I'm going to bring in Omega, Sabretooth, and Magneto. I'm going to be going to Path 5 in Section 1. And I'm just going to use Omega for most of these fights. So first up here is a Wasp. She does benefit from the global. It's a rank 2 Wasp. So, you know, I'm just going to want to knock her down, bait out a heavy attack. I'm trying to build up spores right now. I want to build up my spores before I knock her down because the bleed only lasts so long, you know? And here I was trying to save my 10th hit for when she got her, like, high ground charge, but it didn't really work out that way. Not a huge deal. Knock her down one more time and the fight's over. So she does hit really hard, but her health pool is just so small, especially at rank 2. So this is actually pretty good placement. It's kind of hard with this fight to get your first in, because you don't have your spores built up yet. Korg has a 2-part heavy, so you can't build up spores like from his heavy. And I'm trying to like get a reparry here, and you can see I'm just not making. I eventually just block hit him to get a couple of spores on him, just so that I can start the fight. So here I get his crowd excitement kind of high. Did not play this fight well. Luckily it was just a 5-star. So now I'm just going to be going for reparries and trying to push him to special 2. Knock him down again. This fight is almost over. You can see he just got his protection back, but I'm not overly worried about this fight at all. He's just going to go down. So about a minute. Pretty good placement. Yeah, so next up here, normally we would use a Havoc for this fight, but I just wanted to go ahead and use Omega. It's only a rank 2, or I'm sorry, normally we would use a Warlock for this fight. I didn't really see any reason that Omega wouldn't work though, just like kind of let the spores kill him gradually. And I'm trying to get like a reparry here, and I'm not really getting any spores, so I'm just going to block hit him a little bit. And you can see we finally got some decent spores on him. We're like 20 seconds in. He's going down super, super quickly. And I am going to get hit by his special 1 at one point. So you can see we finally got a reparry. We are getting some willpower healing from his plasma charges. I think this is where I get hit. Yeah, I just stood there. I definitely swiped back. Maybe my timing was just a little bit off, I'm not sure. Either way, with Omega you can just block in the corner and bait out heavy attacks. It's not a huge deal. Throw a potion into, I'm going to take this Nick Fury on node 23. If you guys watched my last war video, you know that I died to Nick Fury on Path 5 in Section 2. I think that this is trickier placement for Nick Fury, so I was a little bit nervous going in. You know, we We have to win this war. We're pretty sure we're going to win this war, but with this map and like the state of war being what it is right now, you just never know. Like, no war is safe. Like, don't assume that you're going to win any wars. You know, someone could disconnect and lose the war for you. So, so far it's going pretty well. We have 30 spores on him. I'm just going to do medium light. And on this node, if you're using Omega Red, always do medium light. I think so Nick Fury didn't used to work this way. You didn't used to whiff on your heavy attack. Like, if you could chain part of your heavy into like the beginning of his second life, it would stick. So you could stick the degen on him. But unfortunately it looks like they changed that. So whatever, finish the fight. Harder fight than I died to last war. So it's kind of unfortunate. Section 2 here, I'm going to be on path 9. They placed a magic here. So magic is just a 5-star, obviously. I wish they would release her as a 6-star. So her health pool is like pretty low. But I think Omega is by far the best option for this fight. And I think that the next fight that they put on this lane, if I remember correctly, is also an Omega fight. So as long as you push magic over her threshold, like over a threshold of power with your spore, or with your tentacle hits, you're not going to take any damage back. So you can see we finished at 100% health. I did use a combat regen boost, but that was, okay, no, this is not an Omega fight. That was mostly for this fight. And it probably wasn't smart, honestly. I don't like using combat regen boosts against MCoC, because if you push him to a special one and he throws it, he reverses all of that healing. So you're going to see I'm just going to do 4 hits and then go into a block. That's just to prevent him from throwing his special one. I do not want my combat regen boost reversed here. So going to bait out the special 2. And you can see that we have completely shut off the node here. Going to go ahead and drop a special 2, 75,000 damage. And another special 2, another 76,000. So, yeah, Protect is gone. I guess we can throw big special 2s with Magneto now. I've gotten to do this a few times this season. And it's always fun. So, either way, we did end up winning the war. I'm not going to show the score. You can tell by the score that it's not that it was super, like they didn't lose as many attack bonuses as you would think. They just kind of piled on to like the last few fights, like especially like one of the bosses. So the death total just looked inflated, and I didn't want to post it because it wasn't really like an accurate representation of how it happened. But we did have a pretty good war this time. We definitely gave up some silly deaths still. Luckily, we were still able to win though. So first win of the season, 5 wars in. I've got one more that has happened as of right now, and I will go ahead and get that one ready and post it for you guys soon. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.